How you doing, guys? Tomato Sauce in here with another Dragonflight beta preview. Today we're looking at Arms Warrior and all of the awesome utility that this class gets as we're heading into Dragonflight. So if you guys watch my channel, you know I love Warriors in Wrath. I've loved Warrior in TBC, but now we're looking at it in Dragonflight beta. So let's take a look at some of these abilities here. You're going to see some very interesting things because we have a lot more utility than we've ever had, which is kind of crazy, because Warrior's always been the kings of utility, right? So let's take a look at what we've got. Some old reliables. We have Mortal Strike, Overpower, Colossus Smash. We have Impending Victory, which is massive, right? You get a big 30% heal on an Arms Warrior. It's up every 25 seconds. Really, really nice. Sharpened Blade, everybody's favorite PvP talent. Whirlwind as a little filler. You have Execute. That's Arms Warriors, classic ability here. Rend is back, and Rend hits really hard, especially if you talent into the direct damage. It's definitely something you want to keep up on a target, which is very nice, right? We haven't really been using Rend at all in Shadowlands, or it's been few and far between. Now, over here, you have Avatar, you have Spear, you have Blade Storm, so the Spear of Bastion is back. That's very cool. It's an ability that everybody's gotten used to on Arms, and it's been a lot of fun, right? Defensive Stance, an old favorite, that's back. Now, here's what's really cool, right? You have Die by the Sword on a 1.5 minute cooldown, as well as a new ability, which this is like Kyrion's File, essentially. It's on a 3-minute cooldown. It restores 20% of your health, and it removes all diseases, poisons, curses, and bleeds. So going up against jungle, RPS, you have a nice, kind of get out of jail free card for one of their goes, right? Keep you alive. We still have the ability to grab Sweeping Strikes. I don't have it right now because I've mostly been dueling, and I'll go over my little 1v1/solo shuffle spec. Stormbolt. And now here's what's really cool, right? We get Stormbolt, we get Impending Victory, we get Double Time, all at the same time at this point. So very, very cool. You have a ton of uptime, and you also have Heroic Leap. I mean, it's very difficult to get away from an Arms Warrior right now, right? Between Warbringer Double Time, Heroic Leap, and just having Blade Storm, right? It's very difficult to get kited on an Arms Warrior currently. Now, if you come down to this bottom row here, you're going to see we still have Battle Shout. We still have the ability to talent into Rallying Cry. And you're going to see, right, we have Shattering Throw and Wrecking Throw. So this is pretty cool. You actually have a choice node now where you can take Shattering Throw on a 3-minute cooldown, and that'll go through like bubbles and ice blocks, those immunity abilities. Or you get Wrecking Throw, which is better for like a Mistweaver bubble or a Ret Paladin, Reflect Shield, where you can just blast right through those absorb shields, and that's on a 45-second cooldown. So you have a nice little choice node there, depending on what you're going up against in Arena, right? Do you want to stop an immunity, or do you want to stop a bubble? So pretty cool. Very, very cool. Obviously, Arms still has Slam as a filler, Hamstring. You can still get Intimidating Shout as well. So let's take a look at the talent tree for what I've been kind of messing around with on beta. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to grab the Intervene back for solo shuffle, so you guys will actually see how easy it is to change talents now, right? You actually don't even have to be in a rest area. You can just right click, left click, and you've got a talent. So pretty cool. Right click, left click. I don't have to apply changes again. And I have my Intervene back. Didn't have it in a solo shuffle earlier, and you want Intervene for your teammates, in a solo shuffle. Let's take a look at these talents, right? So if you start going down from Battle Stance, you get Impending Victory, Berserker Rage, War Machine. You can actually pick up all 3 of these. Fast Footwork, Heroic Leap, Frothing Berserker, which is Mortal Strike, has a chance to refund Rage. Your choice node, right? Wrecking Throw, Shattering Throw, Reinforced Plates now increases your armor by 20%. I have to say, in Dragonflight so far, at least in the duels that I've done, and the solo shuffles, plate classes feel like plate classes, cloth feels like cloth, leather feels like leather, and mail feels like mail. you're going to feel really good on a plate class in Dragonflight. And what's great about Warrior is they brought back armor to the teeth, maybe because Lich King's coming out. You gain strength equal to your armor value. So the more armor percentage you can stack, the higher your strength percentage will be, which is really awesome. It only costs 2 out of 2 in Dragonflight as opposed to 3 out of 3 in Lich King. That takes us down to Avatar, which you know what Avatar is. 20% damage increase, remove snares and roots. Pretty awesome. And then you have a choice between Signet of Tormented Kings and this Tormented Warlord. I go for Warlord personally because I don't like randomly proccing Blade Storms. I like to, kind of know what I'm pressing and what's going to happen there. Now, if we go down from defensive stance, you can see I take Rallying Cry and Intervene. Siphoning Strikes, which increases our leech by 5%. I go through the 2 Thunderclap nodes to pick up Bitter Immunity. That's that Kyrian file. Cruel Strikes, which is just more execute, crit, and damage. You'll see 2-hand weapon specialization. I don't know, should you have to talent into this? All right, I did, but I think that's kind of one of those nodes that it's like whatever. Spear of Bastion, and then this goes into Elysian Might, so you get 8-second spears. Now, when you see us break off from Siphoning Strikes, I go into Furious Blows, which is auto attack speed. Again, auto attacks are big on an arms warrior. Storm Bolt hurls your weapon at an enemy, stuns them for 4 seconds. We love this. We really love the fact that we can get it with double time and impending victory, though. So pretty sick there. And if you really wanted to get cheeky, you could also get Bounding Stride. So you could actually have all of the mobility in one tree. Pretty nutty. I go down to Sidearm from Stormbolt, and this is just extra damage. It cleaves, which it'll be really nice into melee cleaves and really good in dungeons for arms warriors. And then I took endurance training because I'm playing around in PvP, and you always want more stamina, when you're in an arena or, dueling somebody. This is a cool node, though, because it also reduces the effectiveness of Fierce, Sap, and Incap on you. So you can Berserker Rage out of the first. And, if you get re-feared off of that, it'll be less duration on you. Now let's go into the arms tree. And this is a primarily single target focused tree that I put together. And it absolutely slaps. So, you see we're taking some of the standards: Overpower, Martial Prowess, which this is just increases the damage of your next Mortal Strike, stacking up to 2. So you always have some extra Mortal Strike damage rolling because you're overpowering a lot. Die by the Sword. Fueled by Violence, you're healed by 50% of all your damage dealt by deep wounds, so that's just more arms warriors sustain. And Stormwall, whenever you parry, you heal for 10% of your maximum health. More strength, more parries, more armor, less damage taken. Arms is feeling like it's in a really good spot right now. Colossus Smash, 30% more damage for 10 seconds. Big damage windows, right? Then you go into Anger Management, which means we're just going to reset the cooldown on Colossus Smash and Blade Storm that much quicker. From here, I branch into what I call the Rend side of the tree. Taking improved overpower, so more overpower damage. Tactician, you can reset the remaining cooldown on overpower. Rend, you talent into that because right after that you get Bloodborne, and your Rend is doing big damage for you now. Also take Exhilarating Blows. Mortal Strike has the ability to reset itself. Dreadnought, you get 2 overpower charges and a frontal cleave, so some extra damage there. Some extra Mastery, which is just more damage for arms. Bloodletting, Rend and Deep Wounds. We're not obviously using Thundering Roar right now, but they last longer and have 5% increased critical strike chance, so it's kind of like the Glyph of Rending and Wrath, if you're familiar with that. Battle Lord, your overpower has a 25% chance to reset the cooldown of Mortal Strike. So again, more Mortal Strike resets, just more damage rolling, right? Then Fatality, this is really cool. I think it's going to be massive in Arena. Your Mortal Strike and cleaves against the enemy above 30% health. We're just going to read it as Mortal Strike because we ain't cleaving. When an enemy falls below 30% health, your next execute inflicts almost 14,000 additional damage per stack. So you're stacking up fatal marks on the enemy, and then they get to that 30% range, you execute them, and it is a big fat slap on that target. So really cool there. On this side of the tree, it's just, you know, improving execute and making sure you can you know, use it at any time and at sub 35% health. So, you know, you're really getting your executes lined up for those fatal marks. You're going to get Impale, 10% more critical strike damage. So if your execute crits, it's absolutely crack-a-lacking. Improved Mortal Strike, 5% more MS damage because you are MSing all the time. Valor and Victory is dope. Great for PvP. Gives you some verse, right? 2% baseline verse, and reduces the cooldown of Die by the Storm, which is going to be absolutely massive for you in an arena. Now, we go into the little Blade Storm triangle, and we take all three here. Blade Storm, Unhinged, which you know we love Unhinged, and Hurricane. Hurricane is new. While Blade Storming, you gain movement speed and strength, stacking up to 6 times. So once your Blade Storm falls off, the rest of your Colossus Smash window is just, you know, pumped with 30% extra strength. So let's see what it looks like on a target dummy. There's a lot of people around here, but, you know, you're going to charge in, Avatar, Colossus Smash, drop your spear down, Mortal Strike, get that Blade Storm rolling, and then when you come out, you're just cracking, right? You got your executes going, big executes, almost 20k there. We're not even in execute range. So it's there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. You can see the Rend by itself when it crits. It was almost 7k there. We're gonna build up some rage, get another Rend crit. Yeah, 7.8k Rend crit. I mean, you're doing damage right now. You know what I mean? So Arms Warrior is absolutely looking super fun. You know, on the beta, you know, when you charge in, maybe you put up Rend first, right? The way we do it in Wrath, before you get into all of your damage. You saw an 11.2k overpower crit. So Arms is pretty impressive right now. It's got a ton of defensive abilities, some great utility, you know, between Spell Reflect, Defensive Stance, Intervene, Shatter, Rallying Cry, the new Kyrian file, AoE Fear, Stormbolt, Double Time. You've got it all on an Arms Warrior. So this is your Arms Warrior preview on Dragonflight Beta. Please, guys, if you could, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It'll just allow me to keep pumping out new videos as we get closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. That's the goal. Have a great day. God bless. Tomato sauce and out.